Man, don't see them bad eyes.
Yeah, I know, they still, let's give Dick a chance.
We don't have any real time. Do we get a little bit? I heard somebody line us
I
up.
haven't heard him, okay, I saw him say that.
That's what I saw.
Right, heard me here. All right, good evening. Let's call the meeting to order, please. Today is Tuesday, October the 8th. We're here at the new meeting place, Maintenanceville. And we're going to stand and let Brother Bob lead us in prayer, and then we'll say the pledge of allegiance.
Everybody has. Father, we thank you for this opportunity to be able to make wise decisions for the city and for the people here. We are truly blessed in the city with having wonderful waters, fishing opportunities, beach opportunities as well. We just ask that the decisions made here today be in your keeping and in your will, and that we have an understanding of your love and compassion and your will in each one of our lives. We ask you to be with us now as we have this meeting, Lord. Truly bless everyone here. And we ask this in Christ's wonderful name. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Pollock?
Here.
Mr. Smith?
Here.
Mayor Kathy?
Here.
Mr. Wallace?
Here.
Mr. Putnam?
Here. All right. Our agenda has been handed out, and we have quite a few items on here. We will move forward with the first one on there is ordinance 736, which is the land view or the council view for the canal development orders. And if you would just give us a quick overview.
Currently, canal development orders are brought to council for approval. They are not publicly noticed. This ordinance was presented to planning and zoning last night. Planning and zoning passed it contingent on a 21-day notice of property owners within 50 feet, and that passed by.
Okay. This is one that this has been, we have discussed this multiple times at our earlier meetings. Is there a representative from the planning board here that wants to, hey Bill? Good. Do you have a comment concerning other than what Andy just told us?
No, the board just felt like that as far as docks and things like that, in case there was something that a neighbor might have a concern with, we just wanted a notice period, 21 days, about if there was going to be something built there, and then at the expiration of that 21 days, if no one had said anything or concerned, they were good to go. It wasn't that needed to go back through the horn again and be approved by everybody. It was just, the board felt generally that the neighbors close by should know there was something happening in the canal that could affect their potential view or whatever, getting their boat in and out was all.
But it's not a variance. Put the canal, the element of the canal doesn't, y'all are aware that it's not like a variance where you post.
Yes, sir. We've been reviewing the canal. We have reviewed several canal requests in the past, one of which had some issues on the neighbor being concerned about getting the boat in and out, having the dock go right up next to the neighbors. That's kind of what prompted the notice thought process on our part.
Okay, thank you. All right, this is the first reading of ordinance 736. Do I have a motion to read or discussion?
Make a motion to read ordinance 736 by title only.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions? Please do so.
An ordinance of the City of Mexico Beach, Florida, amending the Land Development Code to eliminate city council review of canal development orders, providing for codification, repealing ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict, providing for severability and immediately effective date.
Thank you. That will move on to our next meeting.
30 days.
I mean, to our
Yeah.
first meeting in September. Okay. Order 737 is, Andy, if you would sort of overview that.
So as discussed previously with council, the concept here was to establish minimum size for single-family dwellings. The city attorney had negative draft up language under section 1, page 2, which says a single-family dwelling must have at least one level of 700 square foot or more of heated and cooled area. And this square footage is measured and determined as provided by Florida Building Code. The ordinance was presented to planning and zoning. It failed as written 4-1. They recommended 600 square foot, and that recommendation to amend this ordinance was passed 4-1. Some of you may have received emails today from different residents, and I think, and they correct me wrong, the intent was 700 total square foot of living space under air and heat. However, you built 1 or 2 floors, correct?
I had interpreted the conversation last meeting that we wanted at least 700 square foot on at least one floor, but we can certainly change it to just make it a 700 square foot total. That would still have the same general purpose. It would just change concept a little bit.
In some of the emails we received today, residents were concerned because of the setbacks on their current lots that they couldn't fit like 700 square foot.
So it could be 350 and 350.
Yes, sir. We'd have to alter the language to make sure that's very clear.
So basically, you could have a tiny house sitting on top of a tiny house.
That could be.
Anybody else would like to hear that? Anybody else have any comments?
Oh, we're going to 700 foot per level, or A level. And I can understand some of the problems we got through this email we got. They actually gonna have 1,000 square foot, but it's gonna be 500 foot per level. And we got quite a few lots that people gonna have to worry about that. I definitely want to keep our tiny houses out. But I don't want to penalize our citizens either. I'm not really sure the answer, but 700 square foot is, to me, a minimum size. I was actually thinking more than 1,000 to start with, but I want. If we're talking about 350 square foot, that's still more than a 350 square feet level. That's still more than a tiny house.
I've seen some tiny houses at 300 on TV. I thought we were first talking about 700 square feet on the first floor. At one time or another, we kicked that idea around.
Well, that's still first to people like this email we just got 500 square feet. Anybody else got any other options on?
Could you tie it to the lot size? I mean, I assume if somebody's looking at 500 feet or whatever, that it's a smaller lot than, say, a 75 by 100.
You can't build less than 500, what I got, 500 square foot house, no matter how they put
The
it,
setbacks and
that's all they
everything.
could do, build. So you really,
Penalized.
penalizing them, and I know it's small, but I think, 500, 1,000, in my opinion.
Here's some other options you could consider. Right now, it's at least 700 square foot on one floor. It doesn't have to be the ground floor. So that accounts for folks that have a bigger elevated floor, second floor, third floor. But if you want to consider some other options, you could do a total square footage of all floors. You could also do 700 square foot minimum with at least one floor having 500 square feet or 400 square feet. There's a dozen different ways to do it. It's just a policy decision for how you prefer it.
What about just total? 700 square feet total.
Go back to what you were saying, 350, which, but at the same time, if you look at some of what the old terminology is, shotgun houses, you got double deck shotgun house, but it's still not.
And I think we do have to consider the lot size. In theory, I would say most of the lots are large enough, but maybe not this one. It's only about 500 feet on the first floor. So we don't penalize the people that have smaller lots. We're coming out with something that's for everybody. I'd say that the attorney could work some wording out in regards to that.
I can certainly handle wording. I just need a little more direction about
Is total
what
not
what you really
sufficient?
want.
Total 700 feet?
And remember, if they build a small house, the accessory building can't be for a certain percentage of what they build.
That's right, yeah. That's good.
So there would have to be, if they're thinking accessory, and they want to do something similar to the minimum, they're going to hurt themselves on the accessory side of that. I believe it's 75%. I forget what it is right now, but there's a percentage of your main structure that your accessory structure can be. So, I'm okay with the total.
I'm okay with
To go with it. I mean, you're not going to get a two-story tiny house. You may have a single, 20-foot wide house.
that. Somebody will try it sooner or later.
Yeah.
But I think so. I think that's something everybody can understand. It doesn't need to be so complex that we have to have the attorney answer the question.
Yeah, we
So
don't,
I can go for that.
we don't want to go through lot size.
All right, so, okay, we good with, is that enough direction?
Absolutely. I would suggest we make that change and bring it back to first reading
First
next
reading.
meeting instead of.
So we'll just change, we'll just withdraw 737.
And Mayor, before we do that, since we're working on this ordinance contains the language regarding on page 6 of the ordinance, which would be on page 6 of the packet. It's 3 of 6 of the minor commercial development order. Individually, I talked with a couple of the council. If you look at E3, where it says upgrade, renovation, repair, modification of existing facilities within the existing footprint. I'll give you an example. Centennial Bank, which you guys will hear later, is building basically the exact same footprint, exact everything. They came to us 2 days after the last PMZ meeting. They were ready to go construct, but they had to wait till yesterday and not today to get approved. So if it's a minor commercial development that's going to be rebuilt pretty mindful to the same standard, same footprint, from my standpoint as an old economic developer, to speed up some of this commercial development that's coming back, it would probably behoove us to look at a way to do a moratorium on that section and just provide the building official, Gina, and myself with the authority if it's exactly the same issue as minor development orders. If it's exactly the same, I want to bring out for discussion, and if we can edit that part of the ordinance too for first reading.
Well, I think that would speed things up.
And I will tell you that I have notes here though that I discussed it with the planning and zoning board that I was going to bring it up, and it was the consensus did not support that idea.
Not to support it.
They did not support the idea of that process. So I leave it to
Can that
you
be
guys.
handled, Mr. Moore? Or how would be the best way if we went that route to deal with it?
I think the best way to deal with it would just be to add a sentence to the land development code that says for the next 2 years, if it's substantially similar, it meets all the code requirements, staff could approve it without hearings, something like that. I mean, it makes sense. The only time it would pose any problems that you may want to consider more closely is if it's non-conforming before, they want to rebuild it as non-conforming in the future, that might be something you want to look at. Otherwise, it makes total sense.
Well, we did it in the residential, early on that, Michael, we sat here and said we want to allow people to come back with what they had. I guess, for me personally, I didn't fast forward to a commercial person, because at that time, there was hardly any of them that wasn't high on the list for me at that time, but I certainly think we should allow commercial people, if they're building back what they had, they want to find a way to not run them, and a residential person doesn't have to do that.
But then I would 5-0 vote against it.
It was just a consensus. They didn't take
Oh.
it.
So we need to get out of this back. And, there's no need holding them back over something that if they're going back the same way it was.
My understanding, like I said, Centennial will be under construction today as we speak.
What was the concern? Did they give a concern?
That, even though it goes back in the same footprint, there could be even small deviations to the building or the area that should be reviewed before approved.
But Gina could look at that.
She would.
Right. No, I think
So how,
I'm looking at the ordinance we did to speed up the house approvals. So I believe it applies to commercial buildings, but the issue is it's really only establishing the waivers of setbacks. They're going back to the same footprint. There's still a process for the development order on the commercial construction comes here regardless.
well, if it applies to commercial, see, the land development regulations requires a commercial to come here, residential can be handled at the staff level.
Right. What I'm saying is this ordinance that we did, that we've used now plenty of times to rebuild homes in the same footprint, it still helps the commercial businesses on their setback issues. Despite that, they still have to get the development order through here before they go to the
Well, they have to do that with residential, they have to do a residential development.
But those don't come to the council.
That's what I'm saying. We're just trying to, we're trying to say if the same thing that the guy building his house and the business is doing his business back, can we put some language for, like you said, 2 years to give these business people, so we won't say if they present the plans and the information to Gina and Andy, that look, they're doing just what they had, how do we move on with that?
We'll just add it to the land development code with an ordinance.
So it'll take 60 days to do that?
Maybe 45.
Jeez.
45 more days.
Yeah.
45 more days.
How can we get around it? I mean,
We can't do a resolution.
everybody likes to see a bank going in.
But if you frame it in terms of a moratorium, I mean, to do it, you still adopt a moratorium as an ordinance. If you want to do it immediately, call it an emergency ordinance. Is this an emergency? that's difficult to justify.
Well, then I suggest we start that process. Do it, and we shrink it down as the few minimum days as we can to add that little sentence. Or is it a complete ordinance? Or is it is it an amendment to an ordinance?
It would be cleanest just to do it as its own ordinance. It'll be a couple pages long, and the sentence will be, the new rule of the land development code will be 1 or 2 sentences.
It's still gonna take how many days?
Well, it's 2 readings, and you need at least, I believe it's 10-day newspaper notice prior to the second reading. So that generally ends up being about a month between the readings. So we would have a meeting in about 2 weeks, and probably another month after that to the second reading.
So as it is right now, what's the process and how long does it take? The way it is
Well, so
right
it's
now.
like he's saying, yeah, I mean, they fill out a development order, depends on the timing. But they have to go to P and Z, then they have to come to us.
One vote from P and Z, one vote from us. But that'd be quicker than 45 days, wouldn't it?
Well, I'm just looking ahead for those businesses that are coming back. I mean, this is just an example that he's given of one that has sat here basically a month to go through the cycle to do the same thing they had when Michael came. So I'd like to see us enacted just to eliminate that. And there may not be another one, we don't know, but if there is, then it's taken care of.
And I think it's not that big of a point, because anyway, if they came in today or tomorrow, they would have to wait, because you're going to figure in zoning, your next council meeting, so it's about the same time as getting this ordinance prepared. It might be a few days.
We could speed it up by a couple of weeks if you schedule a special meeting at some point.
And
Okay,
we do
well,
have
yeah.
a meeting next Monday, and we can cover the ordinance on Monday's.
Well, let's see, let's just, if you can get it to us, we can schedule. How's that?
It should go before planning and zoning first, although they kind of weighed in already in front of it, disagree with it. We know how they feel.
You're not married yet, so you got all the weekend.
Did we do this for the rest of that? Did we declare an emergency ordinance
It's,
on the residential thing?
We did.
Yeah.
And we were much closer to the time of the storm, and we hadn't been living under, we've been living under this commercial rule now for quite a while, so that's why it's difficult to say, well, it's an emergency, because
But it depends on if you're a business trying to come back here. If you're living in Mexico Beach trying to come back here, and we as a council are trying to find ways to help them, then I disagree with that.
No, I think any kind of business is an emergency. It depends if you own the business or not. It's an emergency to get back operating, you know, and I think most of the people sitting in this room are all for all the commercial businesses to get going wide open as soon as possible.
For example, I think a gas station would be an emergency.
Yeah,
well, it is up to the council to determine what an emergency is. I'm just giving the advice that if we have to defend that, it would be difficult.
well, it depends on if somebody lives here or doesn't live here. We just talked about emergencies.
How about this? Prepare the order. First of all, it seems to be agreement that we want to pursue getting that on the books. As quick as possible. And for me, it's an emergency.
Yeah,
I second.
yeah.
And thus we have to defend that, we will.
Okay, we'll have it ready for Monday.
All right.
All right, anyone else?
That's all now.
Okay, we're withdrawing 737, just to keep getting me back on. Right. Because of the language change. Okay. All right, order 738. Give us a rundown on that.
Ordinance 738 is to amend ordinance 708. That is in reference to our fee schedule for water, sewer, and sanitation. We do this at the beginning of every fiscal year in order to make our adjustments for the fees.
All right, again, this is first reading. Do I have a motion to read by title only?
So moved. Second.
Have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion or comments? Please read.
An
Please read.
An ordinance amending ordinance number 708, adjusting the current rate to be charged for the use of municipal water sewer system for service inside and outside the city limits of Mexico Beach, allowing for a senior citizen discount and vacant lot rates, repealing ordinances and/or parts of ordinances in conflict with this ordinance, and providing an effective date.
That will again go on our first meeting in the month.
May I ask a question? Sure. Something we could clear up between first and second reading. There, in that ordinance, the portions that refer to the volumetric charge, we have a rate that underlines that signifies that's a new rate. What was there before? Was there a different rate that we're deleting, or?
Yes, it would be the rates from 708.
Okay. We'll
So
insert those between first.
when we do a mark through, what I do is carry the corrected amount from 708 is now the mark through for 738. That makes sense. The amount from 708 is the mark through, and the new rate is on the side underline.
Right, that's how most of them are. On the
Right.
volumetric charge lines, there's just an underlying value and there's not a cross-through value.
Okay, I'll get that added in there. It wasn't on there on the previous one, so I'll get it added
I'll
in
look
there.
at it.
Okay, good.
Thanks.
Okay. Excuse me. Next is, number 4, Andy, please. Oh, no. We're gonna open the public hearing. I forget about these. This is a public hearing for the commercial development request at 101 North 15th Street. Is there anyone here to speak to that? That is the Centennial Bank. Yes, sir.
Name's Mitch Stubbs, I'm with Rural Engineering. We're doing the site development, and like Andy said, the same building footprint, same Centennial Bank that was pre-storm. We're just trying to get it back. If you've got any questions, do my best.
And your name again?
Mitch Stubbs.
Okay, just so we get that in the record. Thank you. Appreciate it. Any other questions or comments concerning 101 North 15th Street? Close the public hearing, come to the table. Andy?
It was presented to P&Z and they approved it unanimously.
Okay. All right. Either discussion or motion? Council.
Make a motion to approve development order. 101 North 15th Street.
Second. Have a motion second. Is there any opposition to that motion? Let the record reflect that passes 5-0. Thank you, sir. They'll hire him, we need him out here. Okay. We've now opened the public hearing for a request for a lot split at 118 39th Street.
I do have the plat here for those, if you would like to have a copy of that too as well.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Let's see. So much stuff on the bank. I'm trying to get the paper right here.
I think you're still on Centennial.
I am. There's a ton of paperwork.
It'll
What
start
page
on
does that start?
Page 32.
Okay. I got it. Okay.
And
thank
just for the record, this one was presented about a month or so ago at P&Z. They had two different lot sizes. One was non-conforming, so we stopped it at P&Z and we tabled it for
That's Dr.
council.
Smith's lot.
Correct.
Okay.
So he's come back with the conforming size for lots.
All right, the public hearing is open for any comments at 118 39th Street. Anyone here to speak? We'll close the public hearing. Move to the table, Andy, if you would, please, give us a rundown.
Yes, the applicant Megan Smith, submitted a minor replat to request permission to split his existing lot into two parcels in order to construct a single-family residence on each lot. Staff recommendation was approval, and zoning passed it 5-0.
Okay?
I remember from the last meeting, the only problem we had was the size of the lot. And he just changed that, so.
Yeah, move it. Move the line, yeah.
Right.
All right, again, discussion or motion?
I make a motion, we approve the lot split at 118 39th Street.
Second. I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Is there any opposition to the request? All right, let the record reflect it passed 5-0. All right. All right, moving on, we will now open a public hearing for variance request at 105 North 28th Street. Is there anyone here to speak to that? Yes, sir. Mr. Brogan.
Yes, let me go ahead.
You have a designated speaker.
Yeah, this one, I advised Arthur here to come to this variance. I looked at this as an accessory structure. After a meeting last night with planning and zoning, I went back and double checked it. Turns out it's not an accessory structure, it's attached to the principal residence, and therefore it's not an accessory structure, so it meets the ordinance 715 and allows it to go back in. So I'd like to pull the variance from
So no variance is required.
no variance is required.
Okay, and then we'll close the public hearing. Thank you. And we will withdraw ordinance, that number 6. Here we got more paperwork. We got.
Well, we need to wait.
We
This is
think
the last one, I promise.
Okay.
Sorry.
Are you passing that whole?
Yeah,
This is for this
I just
next
passed
one.
on that. You and Jerry can find it.
Yeah, we can deal with that. All right, next we'll open a public hearing to hear a request for what? Variance at 116 South 37th Street, Unit A. Is there anyone here to speak to that? Yes, sir.
This is the 5 unit complex we did for last meeting. This is just unit A. They were just a little late getting their variance information in, so it's the same variance as the other 4 that were approved last meeting.
Can you just summarize again, for anyone who forgot over here, what is being requested, is the reason why you're here today?
Okay, so on unit A, they're actually moving, they're extending the land 10 feet to their original footprint.
And hang on a minute, we got
That's
papers
for the
here.
next, that's for the next ocean plantation, yeah. Sorry.
Do we have anything for this one?
Here, I got started.
Oh, great.
I figured.
I don't help with that.
We don't have a
Bobby, I'm trying to figure out where you today is. All right, now this paper.
So unit A is the one with all the,
I got you.
and they're extending a little bit to the east with their 10-foot corner setback, so they're not asking for a variance on the roadside, but they're extending landward and rebuilding the secret deck. And since the ordinance 715 came into effect and they're not in their original footprint, that triggered them having to ask for a variance because they are lot line to the lot line on the shared lot line unit B.
So 3 sides have the same footprint, but you want to make the structure extend a little bit further on.
It's extending landward and it's extending a little bit seaward to line up with the open deck that unit B and C had. And it's extending towards the road, a foot and a half, and it ends up being about 3 or 4 inches off and it's not encroaching the roadside setback. The only setback by LER that it is encroaching 7.5 foot side setback when it's adjoining neighbor. They have a party wall agreement for a multifamily structure.
Are there questions? So the setback for A y'all put a lot of numbers on this.
A lot of numbers there. So the only LDR setback that it is encroaching is the shared lot line side setback with its neighbor. And the only reason it required a variance is because of the way that the verbiage in the ordinance 715, before that ordinance, the variance would have been required because they have a party wall agreement for that shared property line.
Of a foot and a half.
The foot and a half extension of footprint is on the roadside. There's extended another foot and a half in width, but they're not asking for a variance on that. They need to step back on that side.
Okay. Are there other comments on this particular, on 116 37th Street? You do that. All right, let's close the public hearing. Come to the table. For me, that's exactly what we did when we did the other four. We'll have a discussion or a motion.
Make a motion to approve 116 South 37th Street, Unit A, variance request.
Second. We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Is there any opposition to that? Again, let the record reflect the passes 5-0.
Now you can look at it. It's on page 49 of your packet.
I will open the public hearing. This one is for the purpose of hearing a variance request at 143 through 147 Ocean Plantation. Is there anyone here to speak to that request?
I own the lot 147 Ocean Plantation. All of the windows.
Your name, please?
Kenneth Patrick. All of my windows are on the north side of my house, my living room, kitchen, dining room, and then my neighbor's is the exact opposite. All of his are on the south side of the house, which is lot number 145, what splits our houses. So I purchased that lot 145, and I'm just asking to split that lot and incorporate it into half of it into my lot, half of it into his, just for less density in that area.
Okay. Any questions? While we have someone here.
My name is Jean Byrne. I live in 101 Ocean Plantation, and I spoke to Mr. Thatcher just earlier today. The only concern that anybody had expressed to me was that they thought maybe they were going to put a garage or a storage building on the lot, but that's not the case. It's going to just stay open space, and so I'm in favor of less density. It's pretty tight in there.
Yes,
We have all those
it is.
houses
It is
there.
tight.
So.
Have P&Z approval 5-0.
Okay. All right, any questions? Everybody understand we're taking one, unless we're taking 3 lots and making 2. All right, we'll close the public hearing and move to the table for, again, comments or motion?
I would move that we approve the replat request of 143, 147 Ocean Plantation.
Second. Have a motion second, discussion. Okay. Any opposition? Once again, carries 5-0. I think this is a good time to mention about replats and the requirements for such. To make sure they are properly, when you get this approval, you have to take something down to the courthouse and have that properly recorded.
Yeah, we'll have to get the surveyor to redo a deed, and then we'll have to.
But I mean, it doesn't end here.
No, sir.
Okay. Well, some of the replats we've done maybe prior to this meeting,
Yes, sir.
I think some of the people that received those just thought it ended here.
No, sir. Your staff was real helpful with me, going through it. So, I mean,
Good. Well, we've learned, that early on, I think that might have slipped through that the people that got a replat didn't know to go to the courthouse and make sure that got redone.
So actually, our replat document looks a lot like the original plat, and it'll come to the city will review it, make sure it has all the right information on it, and then it'll get signed by all you folks, so you'll know if it's been finished off or not. But the way we've been doing it, which isn't ideal, but it's practical considering the hurricane situation, we've been doing the approvals for folks before they've gone and done the complete document, make it a little faster, give them some assurance that they're not wasting their money on all the complete paperwork.
well, previous me bringing it to the council, I actually got the replat done. So it's all finalized. All we have to do is record it.
Well, I didn't mean that the council would need to approve it again, I just meant that it will go around each of you to sign it. The plats have all the signatures.
I just want to make sure I did what I was going to do.
Is that what we talked about? Is that what we talked about?
The gist of it, yes.
Okay. I think it can get a little confusing, even talking about it. The main thing is the county won't react unless our administrator gives a letter. Used to, that's what got us in trouble years back. They just go over there, record the thing, and the city didn't know their back.
Yeah, another issue people could run into, if the city and the county allow them to proceed, their title insurance company, when they try to sell the property, they might say, wait, no, this isn't right.
Okay, sound like you're ahead of the curve. All right, Andy, number 8U.
Yes, this is the resolution adopting the code enforcement fees that have been discussed by the council the past few meetings. Nick drafted the resolution 2960.
Just so the record states, there was a correction in the document. It is going to be resolution number 2019-16 instead of 15. Yeah, page
Is the resolution part of the pack?
Page 62.
62.
All right, again, this is something that we've discussed for several months in our effort to put a little teeth into getting people to do what we think they should be doing, cleaning up. Do I have a resolution to read? Resolution 2019-16.
Make a motion to read resolution 2019-16 by title.
Second. A motion second. Are there any comments concerning this resolution? Please read.
A resolution of the City of Mexico Beach, Florida, establishing standard fine amounts for various code enforcement violations and providing an immediately effective date.
All right. Is there motion to adopt resolution 20? It's not on here, but that's a part of what we do.
Make a motion to adopt resolution 2019-16.
Second.
Did you say? Okay, sorry.
Got to speak up.
Any comments? Let's call the roll.
Mr. Pollock?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mayor Kathy?
Yes.
Mr. Wallace?
Yes.
Mr. Poe?
Yes. All right, my question, I'm thinking, Andy or Dick, is this the procedure for the special master who then assigns a final number that would be put on the tax roll?
Yes, these will be the fines that will go out in the initial notice of violation that your code enforcement officer sends, but it still will go through the special master process, assuming that the property owner requests a hearing. If they don't, then this is the final fine.
Okay, and what's involved to record that on as a lien against the property?
We would get the order from the special master, and if there's an actual hearing, we'll just do it administratively, have them sign some paperwork, and we record that before us to establish.
Just a recording fee, is that the expense involved to do that, the recording fee of the document?
Correct.
One page,
Correct.
say it's $40, I don't know what the page costs.
I think it's $8 a page. And if we want to put on the tax roll, if it's, say, something like we had to go and fix the problem, cut the grass, we'll just deal with the tax assessment.
So the fine,
Fines typically don't go on the tax roll. If it's just a penalty, you have to justify something on the tax roll. The theory is that it has specially benefited the property in some way. So if you've gone and you've torn down a building that was in disrepair, or you've gone and hauled the junk out of their yard, and the city had to spend money to do that, that's perfectly justifiable on the tax roll. If you just give somebody a $50 fine because they broke a rule, that typically doesn't go on the tax roll.
This goes as a recorded instrument against the time.
Correct.
Everybody understands that's probably the best we got.
all we do.
The best we got, Jerry. Okay. I have noticed, I don't know if it's from letters, but I'm going to assume, hopefully it is, there's more activity about people cleaning it up. Which working. Okay, number 9, Andy.
Yeah, the Civic Center property, this is the third time back. Last time it was requested to bring the plat information, and I had requested a plat map from the building department, and me and Nick had discussed it, and subsequently Nick went and researched further. He said, first I thought the plat didn't match the property lines, but it's very close. From what Nick had found, there's attached to one, you can see that explanation. So I think it's Nick's opinion, and he can speak to this, that if you wanted to proceed with selling that property, that it'd be a fairly simple fix to get it ready for sale.
Yeah, they clean up the records, and a lot of buyers would want this. We'd probably adjust the existing plat to reflect the current property lines. I don't know, at some point over the decades, the property has been conveyed in a way that doesn't match the property lot lines. But some buyers may be happy to take it as is, just with the needs and bounds description.
So it makes for the sale of the property, the footprint is there right now.
I couldn't hear you.
Is the sale of the property, is the footprint, the building within, is that it?
Well, the issue really is the deed that was most recent for the property, and the property appraiser's online information, if you look it up, shows I think it's a slightly larger footprint than what the old plat shows. It's the western boundary is mainly the area looks a little different. And so what Andy caught and was concerned about is that boundary, according to the property appraiser and according to the last deed, doesn't match what's on our plat. We want to correct the plat before we try to sell it. Good suggestion. And we're entitled as a city to do a replat on our own initiative. We could initiate that and do it. It will be approved here like other replats.
And I remember the last meeting, all those parking places, most of them is part of the whole.
Most of the parking is in a different parcel that we wouldn't be selling. I don't know that we've got an exact record of how many parking spots were on the parcel that we might be selling. If there was a row of some parking along, just right at the front of the building where the civic center was.
Yeah, I think that with the civic center used to be that little piece of parking. I think they're down to about 5 spaces.
Okay.
Hard.
That's
You and all three of you, you never, it don't make any sense. I looked and went over there and looked, and I can't. The paperwork we had and the lot was there is not matched. It don't even look like it.
Well, the thing
One
is,
piece to be this way and one piece to be the attic.
these aerials that you're looking at, one thing that Councilman Smith pointed me out, we drove over there, it doesn't show the big drainage vault system that's covered by wood there. And you don't see that in aerials, but it's quite a substantial.
I'm just trying to look at this and decide what we're selling. Yeah.
It's,
So yeah, the parcel number, Andy, do you have that?
Well, it's on here.
It's the one, if you look at the picture on page 67,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's parcel 0521-0000. It's the one right in the middle of the picture. Yeah.
Okay, right here.
Where it has a big portion of the parking lot.
Where's the road? Where's 31st Street on that map?
Oh, yeah, it's right there. It's to the bottom. Below the last parcel, third parcel.
Yeah. Right there. This is 31st Street? The way it looks to me. That's not right. Well, you got these, what used to be a little house there. Here. I don't know. I guess this year is the last.
Yeah, that's where
I like it. Okay. I know it was deep, got to get outside. I knew where it was, but I couldn't find it.
The building ran east and west.
This one.
Yeah, the building would have been.
What they got here is a former added.
This is border 31st Street. No? You came on 31st Street, parked on the side, went in that side too.
Mayor, am I looking at it correctly? This would be your building here. So this would be the alley right here. Like if this was extended, this is the one that runs behind the fish house and behind Mango's. This is the road that goes up between your building and the Civic Center. So this would be the Civic Center here.
This is 31st Street. Okay. No. We got the wrong road in the wrong place. Okay. That makes it a little better.
I'll put them off the color.
Yeah.
see where it's.
Okay.
Find out what to do.
Yeah, the lines don't, okay, I see now, I got you. This line comes in here like that somewhere.
We hear.
That's probably also.
We hear.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how it comes down. I got it.
But
Yeah, right there, I thought I took a picture of the wrong property.
Well, the color thing there makes it all different. in the
We
world.
don't put those in color.
You got it correct.
Yeah, the parcel is correct. It's the, I couldn't figure out where the road was.
There's shadows on top.
Okay. Well, now that we can look at this and know that we are looking at the right thing.
I'm glad we got GPS now.
Which is this one right here. What is the? Does it, now that we figure that out, does it matter? What are we trying to do? Okay.
And are you looking for direction as to?
I'm looking for direction.
Proceeding to get its whole, fix the discrepancy on the plat.
Okay, not that. Yep, move on to the next. You don't have, yeah, here's the line. This is where it's at, that building. Is right in there, just like that. Okay. This is 31st Street.
All right, okay.
Okay, got it.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, thank goodness I got
Now,
GPS.
you're saying that that parcel is defined by meets and bounds? It's not lot blocking unit?
Correct. The last deed on it is a meets and bounds description, even though there is a lot boundary on the plat that's similar to that.
All right, council direction.
Okay, just so I keep my mind going right, part of this, one side of this is 68 feet, the other side is 105, the back side is 112, and then the other end was 130. That's a fair size lot.
According to the property appraisers, it is 0.225 acres.
Again, direction or?
The details are a little confusing, but the general question is, would you like to sell it?
And if we do, we want to fix those minor discrepancies.
Well, we're not gonna build it, I see no reason to keep it.
What's the next step as far as the consensus is there, we won't sell it, what do you fix the
Small discrepancies.
We'll adjust the plat to match the title on it, and
With real estate agents and comps for us, I bring the comps back.
You want to go that route? Is that what we want to do? Have a look, want to proceed or sit on it or what?
Let's see.
you may be able to get Zach Childs to agree to do it again with no question. That's all he's willing to do.
Let's do it so we don't have to discuss this again.
Okay.
Well, eventually it'll come to approval.
Well, you have to approve the sales contract.
Well, I'm ready to do that.
I
Whoever buys it's gonna have to want it, because that sewer pipe right there in front of it, it's the drain pipe, who's supposed to be quiet? Okay.
Alright, so, we'll put what? We just need to give our attorney some direction on, do we bring back the plat? Bobby said he wanted to proceed, I'm not sure, Jerry doesn't want to hear it anymore.
I say let's go, let's get on.
So, and really, as far as correcting the plat, that's something that our engineer can prepare better than me. I don't prepare surveys and drawings very well.
And then I would engage the real estate company and give us the sales contract that I'd have to bring back for y'all.
What are we committing ourselves to? Yeah, not actually, what we say.
We have to do it.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if she's going pro bono about that.
Yeah. Well, we're all looking at it, waiting for an answer.
You didn't set anything off, like,
Oh, she's coming up, don't worry. Could you get us some kind of proposal to, I'm not really understanding what's different, to be honest with you, but I don't need to. It's not, if by means and bounds, will that mean it'll go to block and unit?
Yes, so what we're looking for is not a deed, that's what happened before. That we had a deed that didn't match the plat. What we're looking for is a new drawing of plat that shows the boundary as it exists today, that you would then approve to say this is the new correct version of the plat.
You on that, you understand what we're doing?
Yeah.
Yes, Gene?
The discussion we had yesterday with the reviewing of the plats and the Mylar, that's what Nick is referring to. So those kind of fees would be what you're looking at.
Fees, board fees.
Yeah, when you go start breaking the flats, in terms of, I mean, you can run, you can get, I guess
So there wouldn't be a fee in terms of the city needing to pay itself, but you normally would pay a survey or something to prepare the drawing. It's a little bit simpler process since it's on our own initiative. I don't think there's going to be a lot of advocacy needed to get it approved, but there's still an effort to prepare the drawing.
Can we get a proposal to so that we can, and does that, just from my not understanding, does that mean when we get it'll look like this? It'll look like lot 3?
Yeah, it'll be
I mean, is that what it'll look like?
Well, what I would suggest is instead of just showing one lot change, we just get a new drawing of the whole.
What the city owns there?
Shown on, what was shown on the old plat, which was from the 50s. Just get it redrawn again with the new boundary, and then it'll effectively be a replacement of the old plat, showing the correction.
Because the problem board doesn't mean that we should pay for it. Okay, we're passing that on. Jerry, you ready to move on? Yes.
we're gonna have to listen to it again.
All
So we'll get a.
right, we're gonna get a proposal to get it so that we correct the plat, the differences, and then we'll go from there. Good.
Your turn.
Number 10, Jerry Smith.
My thought,
Well, I could talk about it. So me and Councilman Smith talked about currently demolitions for the FEMA, the residential demolitions, going through our FEMA list of which you guys get quite often. That is all done by Kaiser Kane. Crowder could do some, but primarily Kaiser Kane will do the demolitions as they're approved. Councilman Smith thinks that, and I certainly concur that in coming up for an RFP to add more companies to that, maybe it reduces demolition. And I mean, if that's the route that the council wants to go, we can certainly prepare another RFP to go ahead and look at this list and be in the mix to do the demolitions, with the thought that maybe we'll go a little bit less than we can. We don't know until we do it.
So basically, we could be asking for bids on.
Residential demolition.
Right. Rather than one person doing it for whatever they want to charge.
Yes.
Well, the rates are fixed. They were set up when we hired the companies in the past. I guess the thought is we might have a better rates.
Better rates, which, I mean, if we did, FEMA would be happy with us.
Well, I'd like to see local people have the opportunity, if we have local people that would like to do it.
And we could do it, we can put it out. I mean, Kaiser Kane's already there. They wouldn't, I don't think, have to rebid. They would stay with their current agreement. And then if there were 3 companies that proposed, that would just give you 3 more to choose from. You can either choose the lowest guy or rotate the local guys, so everybody's going to be.
Okay, then, does that mean we'd have to have a meeting to approve it?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think under FEMA rules, I don't think you can have a local preference, but if the local guy's cheaper.
Right.
And you select someone based on the fact that they're cheaper, that's totally fine.
Exactly.
They could do a rotate. I think the local people should have a shot at it. That's a good idea.
There's a lot of people that Kim Bonner had a problem. Them two. He's got trucks. They come to me and asked me, could they get a on demolition? And I said, well, I don't know. And that's when I went checking into it. Found out about Kaiser County, and I said, well, Kaiser County, he lives out here, but I don't know it that well. I know it. Well, I think some of the local people that live here within a few miles should have a chance at demolition. And it is said that I learned a lot on this back page here. They already got it figured out how many cubic yards it is, what it costs to haul it. I mean, FEMA's done it. You just have to find somebody to do it at that price. So why don't we find somebody local to do it, or maybe do it cheaper? It's really not a bid process like I thought it was.
Or maybe faster.
Well, I got two that wants to get in on the process.
That's when we get this stuff down.
Yeah, quicker we clean up the city, the better off.
We'll confirm it before going forward, but I don't think there's anything that would set up the Kaiser King contract as having the exclusive ability to do this. So you're always entitled to hire other contractors. As far as being quick, I mean, the process to go through this, put out notice, get their proposals, select something, I mean, that's going to take several weeks. So it's not going to be something.
What proposal were they gonna get?
Just a price per cubic
Well, how
yard.
can we bid, put out another RFP when we already have one that we got, where everybody knows what it's pricing?
That'd be tough.
That would be-
Yeah, how you gonna do that?
I could beat that price.
Yeah, you can beat that price easy, can't you? I mean, I think that's,
Kaiser King could bid on the second as well. Would be the best answer. And ultimately, I
So
mean,
we're rebidding the whole thing.
not the whole thing. I think just these
Just
structures.
demolition of residential.
Is that separated out in Kaiser King's contract?
I believe they have a unit price for demolition of private structures, separate, yes.
So,
By square footage of the unit or one cubic yard?
I think it's unit price.
Cubic yard.
I believe so.
Yes, it is.
When you look at this house and say there's 45 cubic yards in that.
It's sort of a guideline. They do have every one of these houses have a cubic yard by set by FEMA.
Oh, FEMA's already set the cubic yard.
Every one.
What is our reimbursement rate generally on these demolitions, assuming that they are demolitions that qualify for reimbursement?
That's
I
right.
don't agree, yeah.
But so far, we haven't been undertaking demolitions that are just coming out of the general fund of no reimbursement. There's a significant portion that's being reimbursed.
all of it.
Yeah, all of them are being reimbursed. I just don't know.
All of it.
I mean a significant portion of the value of the
Oh.
different locations of demolition. I think it's 90%, but I hesitate to.
Well, and there's another 5, it's really 95%. We'll grab
I don't want anything to slow down.
well, that's what I was gonna say. Instead of, going different prices, what about length of time? Yeah, I can get it done this week. You can get it done this week, or you get it done this week.
But the holdup is not the contract. The holdup right now is getting FEMA to sign off and everything. Well,
They
get the
sign off,
residents to
they just
turn,
go.
yeah, get the residents to turn all their information. in.
That's not,
Yeah, it's not the contract.
We still have a lot of places that be destroyed.
and they aren't on the approved list, that's some of the
That's the
problem.
problem, yeah.
I mean, they're not on this list.
I think right now we don't have 8 ready to go.
If you did choose to do this, you wouldn't be taking Kaiser King off the list. They've already been approved, they have a contract. So you can always use them. It's not like you have to wait until the process is done. You can continue to use them.
Yeah, they're still,
Would they turn in a price also?
They could choose to, if they wanted to try to ensure that they have a low price and they continue to have all the work. They wouldn't need to. I mean, they have a contract right now.
Their price is out there. I mean, we know what their price is.
It's in the contract.
yeah.
So here's something that says not FEMA eligible as commercial. Who takes care of that?
It's not- they do.
Okay, so if it's a commercial building, they're dealing with their insurance company to pay for having it torn down, or out of pocket.
Or ultimately, if it goes through code enforcement and they're not doing anything, the city can then choose to demolish it with city funds. But it doesn't sound like there'll be a reimbursement for that, so it would be expensive. The city would pay for it and try to be paid back on the tax rolls or on the.
Well, we're a year after the storm, basically. And the place still is bad. I think everybody wants it cleaned up as quickly as possible. I can understand having dealt, well, my wife dealt with the insurance. I didn't have the patience. So sometimes the insurance people can be really difficult to deal with. And if you have to get an attorney, sometimes they're saying it could take 2 or 3 years.
10 years.
10 years? That's maybe the 2 of the attorneys in this world. Yeah.
All right, so what do you, I mean, I guess for me, I'll just put out RFPs. These people put in an RFP, they've been here since day one, they've done an excellent job. I'm trying to see the benefit of putting out another RFP. It's not gonna speed up anything, so they're not gonna go do it till it's FEMA, till it's on the list, so there's not gonna be any, nothing's gonna be expedited. I don't know what we're displeased with about what we're doing with the contractor that we had to open up the process to another RFP, is what I'm doing.
And maybe the other people can't afford to do it as cheaply as what we're having done now. Who knows?
You don't know that until you
Well,
do
the
it.
cheapest part is nothing more than what FEMA, I mean,
FEMA's gonna
that's
pay.
already according to, that's already been recorded in the RFP, or in their contract of what they're going. FEMA has approved that. So it's not like we're paying anything different than what, we didn't set those rates, FEMA approved.
I guess the only benefit would be for FEMA, if somebody bid 5,000 lower, they.
Yeah,
they change
you're
it.
right.
That's the
Yeah,
only benefit.
you could look at it that way. But there's been no kickback, I guess, or no back. I haven't heard any FEMA or people in town or anywhere that is thinking that what we're doing and the way we're doing it, because we put out those RFPs. I'm sort of like dance with one abroad. I don't know at this point why we're going to go through that whole process again. I guess I don't really see the advantage. But
I do. I believe if we get it cheaper through FEMA and get somebody local, it'd be a lot better for the local people. I think I was helping out the people that's coming
they're
here.
helping. They're not paying for it.
Yep, I understand what you're saying exactly, but I believe I haven't seen a guy in Cowles County that I know yet. I've not seen it that I know local, but I do know Kim Hunter's bunch, and I do know Adam Long's bunch. and they had the equipment and the money to do the same thing. It counts, so why not give them a chance to do it?
They had a chance.
Yep,
They just didn't do it, they had a chance.
Yes, I know, we all probably had a chance to do something at the time, but at the time, we didn't do it, so now they want a chance. And I bring it before the council to see if we can give these people a chance.
All right. Is there, anybody want? I guess the motion or the discussion is, do we want an RFP for demolition services? Again, we'll go through that process.
So who would handle this? If we've got 3 other companies that want to get involved, who are they going to talk to? Are they going to talk to FEMA? They're going to talk.
There's not big 3 other companies.
We're gonna put
We're
in
gonna
newspaper.
pick one.
We're going to pick one.
Yeah, well, that's what the RFP is for demolition services.
Well, we can't offer it out, different contractors. Have to be one certain contractor that gets.
Based on price, that's why we had Kaiser Tech. I mean, you know, we had a lot of people that put in bids under the other RFP.
Oh, okay.
We just,
And they couldn't be covered anyway.
so,
Or they didn't bid.
or they did bid, or they didn't.
Okay, that's what he's saying. They weren't ready to bid.
I think what we're talking about doing, so the prior RFP we did was for all sorts of services to respond to an emergency. I think what we're talking about here is really just structured demolition. So it'd be.
They're gonna narrow that scope down to just that.
Just residential.
Okay.
Residential is the only thing.
And if we're only looking at work that FEMA reimburses, it's not a big cost to us. But if we're gonna go do some commercial structures, not FEMA reimbursable stuff, then the price difference.
It'd be up to the insurance company and the owner of the building, who they want to do it.
No, we were gonna get 2-3 years down the road and start doing the code enforcement side where we're taking down the buildings we say are non-responsive. I think that would have to be a separate thing anyways, 3-4 years from now.
I don't see us doing that.
No, that's what I'm saying, 3-4 years.
Yeah. Hope we don't get into that.
Yeah. I hope
Hope we
not.
don't get
That's
forced into
expensive.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, very well.
I still think we need, I don't know what we got to do, but I still think we need to give the people a chance. It didn't turn in a bid start, we need to do it now. A chance to demo it slowly. That's what I think we ought to give them a chance. They might not beat Kaiser County. They might not do it. They might not have the right credentials to do it, but I at least think we ought to at least give them a chance. Not just them, but might be another company. They have the equipment and the money to do it.
So if they were significantly cheaper, then in the long run, we would pay less. The city would pay their 5% or whatever we're paying.
Right.
Less. So it could amount, by the time we're doing 25 or 30 buildings or houses, it could amount to several $1,000s if somebody is $5,000 to $6,000 cheaper.
A lot of money.
Yeah.
Small doing half that big. We will look at small this. Right at 300 cubic yards.
300 cubic yards.
A lot of.
So Kaiser County's doing it on the basis of so much cubic yards.
That's all that.
Okay, if they get bid, they still have to wait for FEMA to give the okay to do it. Is that right?
We've gotten a lot more efficient about getting the contracts in place. We know the process pretty well, but it will take a little while to do the whole advertisement, proposals, ranking, selection, contract. Probably a couple months to get all that done. And you've got to give the companies a couple weeks to respond. It takes some time.
In the meantime, Kaiser County keeps on doing whatever we're supposed to do.
Right.
Well, we've got to talk this one.
Okay. Those comments?
Yeah, we've done it once, I don't know about
We believe it.
Well, somebody say something. I mean, I'm here to, want to direct the meeting, whatever council.
What do I have to do to make it, get it done?
Make a motion to direct,
Make a
direct
motion.
staff to do something.
I make a motion
To develop an RFP.
develop a RFP for the new, demolition,
Residential.
residential.
I'll second. Have a motion second. Other comments? Call the roll, please.
Mr. Pollock.
Yes.
Mr. Smith.
Yes.
Mayor Kathy.
No.
Mr. Wallace.
Yes.
Mr. Putnam.
Okay, we'll prepare an RFP. All the documentation to advertise that. Look it up. Number 11. Luke, Dan, where to?
So we talked about this in the last council meeting, that Salt Creek, we had put into the bid that the contractor prior to starting work on piles and the steel sheets of the marina should do a pre-driving survey to confirm that the houses on either side of the canal won't be negatively affected structurally. That pre-driving survey came back and recommended that the contractor put in, vibration monitoring equipment throughout pile driving and sheet pile driving to monitor the vibrations and make sure it doesn't go above a certain exceedance to ensure, for everyone's sake, there's no liability as far as the house being damaged. So that's what this change order reflects is $32,400 to have that vibration monitoring equipment on site throughout the rest of the construction while driving piles. It does not change the contract price because we already have contingency built into our budget. So if we approve this, we'll still have $217,600 in our contingency remaining in the budget should anything else come up. Because we instructed the contractor to wait until we have this information, we do need to add some contract time because he has been waiting for that pre-driving survey to be in place and how to move forward so that those two houses aren't affected. So based on basically starting now that we have that, that would push it back to a substantial completion date of November 23rd and final for December 23rd.
Don't really have a choice.
I think it's in everyone's best interest.
Right.
Okay.
So the fact that it's coming out of contingency, does that requires us as a council to adjust the contract?
Yes, even though it's built into the total amount of roughly 1.9, it doesn't change the number, but for us to use the contingency, it requires council.
So we're gonna, a motion to change, adjust the contingency as well as the time.
Correct.
The length of time of the contract. Okay? Questions or comments or motion?
Make a motion to adjust the contingency as well as the time. And, contractor Salt Creek crossing favors.
Second. Have a motion and a second. Is there any comments on that? Is there any opposition to doing so? For the record, could we get the amount, just, if the motion passed, 5-0, could we just record the amount in the record?
Stay the same at 217.
Yeah,
$217,000.
record that, and also the new contract date extension, which is moving to what, December 23rd?
For fine, yeah,
Yeah.
substantial November 23rd, substantial
Just let the rep, just make that part of it.
So the bridge will be there by Christmas.
Not bad.
No, no.
Same time, 9 a.m. No, just kidding.
All right, Ms. Dina, you're still here?
We are on 74. This is a good team order. It's team order number 3 for Royal American. In the field, they had some adjustments based on what the sewer condition was once they were able to access it, and those are summarized in this part. So there's some reductions in scope and some additions. So the total reductions based on what they found was $48,658.97. Total additions, and these were primarily additional laterals that required replacement due to damage, is $39,988. What that means is the total contract amount will be reduced by $8,670.05.
The first time we've reduced one.
And she's the reason she did her due diligence. Get that. She's the one who investigated and found. Like an auditor.
Very good. What do we have to do?
Is this a point of information, or I don't know how to deal with something? Do we accept that forward?
Yes, I mean, yeah, it's a change order. You'll have to vote just like the last.
Just say Yahoo and we vote.
Yeah.
Okay. Rex, you should hold the desk.
Make a motion that we accept the reduction of $48,658.97. Royal American, the additions $39,988.92. Total reduction is $8,607.05. Make a motion to approve.
Can you repeat that? Second.
We have a motion and a second. And he also made a motion to approve. Is there any opposition? Motion carries 5-0. Let the record reflect such. All right, Dewberry updates.
And well, if you want me to read through these, I can, or if there's any questions on any of the projects, we can approach it that way.
Well, we've had this to read through. I didn't have any questions.
I have one, and that's on the marina repairs.
Yes.
Are we ready to put something out?
So we got in touch with DAG again last week. We've been waiting on DAG's design for the pavilion to put that out because we're trying to do all of it together with our pavilion and they told me they have what they need from the revised geotech, but no, I have not received final drawings from DAG. Once we have those, we'll be ready to put it out for bid. You want to give me a deadline?
Well, yeah, I mean,
Okay.
this is just, I mean, we're sort of in this mode of, well, the storm hit and everything moves slow. Well, I think we need to get past that. We need to move.
Right.
We need people to respond to it.
Right. Okay. I'll reach out to DAG again.
And I think for me, we're at the point that if we can't get to it, then we'll get somebody that can. Because we're never going to get recovery if those drawings are going to also reflect our money and how we present to FEMA so I mean, that process is still, can be in a mud hole. I mean, it can, so
Yeah. And
we can't control FEMA, but we can control DAG/others that we have employed.
And we could put it out separately. Everything except the pavilions is ready, so we could bid it separately.
Andy, I think as an administrator that you want to touch base with that and tell them that, I mean, I still agree of putting it all out for one bid, of encompassing those projects. I'm going to draw that pavilion, draw a stick man, but I mean, that can't be, and they've already got conceptual drawings. So what seems to be the issue?
Apparently it's the foundations we'll reach out to them.
Well, yeah, by next meeting, we should be able to have a report on that. That marina needs to be up and going. All right, I see that they are working on the new walkover.
Yes, they've installed the piles at 3rd and 5th, they're working on piles at 7th Street. But they're moving along with those, they're still on track to the end of October for those first 5. Dredging is, as far as the actual dredging, we still have to decommission the school sites. And also, we have to do a final pass of debris removal in the canals, that's complete. I can give MX1, they're supposed to be putting that building onto the permanent foundation this week. They've got the platform installed and foundation for the control building, so that should be done within the next week or so. And the emergency berm is almost complete. Their contract runs till October 28th, and they're on schedule. They're still putting up some of the sand fencing and the built through the lot.
That's good. I want to take an opportunity, most of you do not know, especially those sitting here with us, but the canal dredging has been a source of contention for months. When I say that, the volume that we would dredge from our canal, and I want to thank publicly Dina. She may grin and say, well, I had a little prodding to do that, and that may be so, but that canal is an economic engine for our city. And FEMA and this so-called channel just wasn't going to get the job done. I mean, that canal in its entirety, its width, has debris in it, it has sediment in it, and it needs to be dredged, and it needs to be paid for by them. I don't think we would be here if it wasn't. I don't think and we haven't completed it, but we're both smiling more. But she has put in, it's unbelievable the amount of documentation that has been required to prove to FEMA that that canal had more in it from micro than what they were saying. So I just want to thank you for your persistence. You have done, it's literally a book. If you saw what has had to happen to satisfy those people, but I think we're so close to getting that obligated, and we would not have done that if it hadn't been for them. Thank you. Now, any other updates? You good? Okay. Any other, Chris Lane?
Just Highway 98. As you know, that's, I feel like I'm back on the East Coast this morning, it's been traffic. I called the project manager, and they were also called the deputy secretary to find out the status. They had some base failures, as you know, so we're, from 15th Street to the west, they dug out, I think, 2 or 3 foot in some sections to fix it. I was told it'd be finished a week from today. Our best guess, and I don't want to, unless the mayor wants to say something, I would say by the end of the week we will have that moving. We were told maybe by tonight, but
we're hesitant to repeat that.
Yes.
So we did, and I'll pass his phone number out.
In conjunction with that, I just want to take time to thank, our public works crews that are getting out there, getting those sidewalks cleared off and trying to get it so pedestrians and bicyclists can ride on it again. They're doing a really good job. I mentioned a minute ago, Career Source has a grant program where we're getting some free employees. I think we're dealing with 4 this week. The first 2 that we've had, they've taken it like their mission to help clear those streets off, and they look pretty good. So you'll see that progress. And Thomas and Tommy, I can't say enough about their taking ownership of things and getting it done as soon as they're asked. But I think that's important, just from
they've done a great job.
How it looks. So they've done an awesome job. And that's all I have.
Okay. Jen?
Of the next city council meeting is scheduled for
Monday.
No, not that one. The next Tuesday meeting is actually scheduled for October 22nd. As y'all know, I'll be out next week for the Fall Academy for Association of City Parks. I normally put the agenda up that Thursday. I didn't know how you guys wanted to approach that with me being out and having to have the agenda up.
Can Mary do it?
I'm sure she could. Are you okay with me doing the packet that evening, or excuse me, that weekend once I get back in town and distributing it on Monday? Okay. I mean, I know most of the citizens, if I don't have them up by 5 o'clock on Thursday, it's, you know, why is it needed? So I can get the agenda at least up by Thursday, but the packets will go that following Monday.
We're good.
If we want to do
Yeah, we make that.
Okay. That was my concern.
Okay. Chief? I'm sorry about that. Councilman? One thing, Nick? Remind everybody, not that I have to, the 10th is Thursday, where Special Events Committee is having I don't think we call it a celebration, but we're having a get-together at the business center there in front of Mango's tent. They're offering business 5 to 7. There will be some free food from the business. Special Events Committee has put together it's not any kind of music, sort of like music in the park, maybe something similar to that, but encourage everyone to come out and maybe just have a little fellowship and enjoy where we've come from in the last year. So remind everyone of that. So, all right. Motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Thank you. Appreciate everybody coming.
Are you the special?
No, you're